My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like
oh shit. The gang's all here live on 12 Ounce Sports. What just happened? You're gonna keep it? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. What is happening? What just happened?
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Listen up. It's what just happened. Is this the second week in a row everybody's in studio?
We had a week break.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a week break.
We had
That's
a week
right.
break. Yep.
But this is the second time ever in the history we've had all three people in the studio. I say all three people like Joe's a permanent member of the group, but he's gonna be forced to do it. What just happened? May 15th. There's no what are you doing? All right, what are you drinking?
What am I doing? I'm drinking this here Blake's Hard Cider Blue Raspberry.
Blue raspberry.
Yes, sir.
You guys and your sweet drinks. What do you got there?
So I have a Cider Boys Strawberry Magic.
You guys are all about the sugary
We're all about the
drinks.
hard cider.
The sugary drinks. I got the Creature in my manly man cup of the Guinness. I'm almost empty. I got to get another one. Any plugs? We dedicating this to anything?
Yeah. We'll
right.
dedicate it to our mom. Why not, right?
Yep.
To moms.
To moms.
To moms.
To moms everywhere.
It was just Mother's Day since
Cheers.
you know,
Yep, it was just Mother's Day.
why not?
We all got moms.
All right, let's get into it. Before I forgot I run a sports network. Don't forget MyBookie is our gambling sponsor. Use the promo code 12OZ Sports, all capital letters, news bases. Get a huge deposit bonus up to $1,000. And then to buy your tickets, I know the two guys on the left of your screen have purchased many a ticket on there, 12ouncesports.com/tickets. The third guy to your left is an asshole and never buys tickets on our website. We'll get him to start doing that. All right. He's
Fuzzy,
not.
come on.
He's not on camera. Did you guys see ESPN came out with their new app? Now it's bad enough that ESPN Plus cost money to watch, Akron versus OU. No offense, Joe. Nobody wants to watch that. But now they're making an app with all their content. There's going to be more charges. But did you hear what they named it? You did, because I told you backstage, asshole. They named it ESPN. ESPN named their app ESPN. What are we doing here? You guys are man of very few words.
I mean,
I would call it that if I'm ESPN and I have an app, I'm going to call it the ESPN app.
Well, no, they announced that they were going to have this brand new app, and they were going to they're going to announce the name of it. And blah blah blah.
Now, I didn't know about all that.
ESPN Plus was the name of the extra service. Mm-hmm. The app is just
ESPN.
You know what?
It's okay to have a dud, right?
No, so we're going further into this.
Oh man, really?
So ESPN's making all these changes, right? And Clay Travis, Outkick owner and probably close to a billionaire, put out a poll online They announced their new app's going to cost $29.99 a month, the most for any streaming service per month ever. Will you sign up for it this fall? 70,000 votes, 98% almost said no. I'm not going to pay for that. So
Hell to the Nizzo.
Yeah, that would be an absolute no. That'd be a hard pass for me.
So speaking of a dud, I think the app's going to be a dud.
Yeah.
Who wants to keep pay? Like, I already have ESPN through my cable service.
Right.
Like, when does it end?
What do they need the money for since they got rid of all their good talent?
Well, I heard today, it might not be breaking news, but they're getting rid of, pardon the interruption, I think.
Oh.
Or no, not pardon. What was the other big one they had? They had another big show that was a staple, but then they're dispersing those people from that show into other things. It's like ESPN's weird. I don't know what they're doing. Like, their parent company is opening. You can't make this stuff up. They're opening up a theme park in a country that beheads people of other sexual orientation.
True.
Like, try to make sense of that while ESPN people are advocating for that. Like, so I don't understand it. So maybe that's where they need the money. What they need the money for. All these theme parks are going to be opening elsewhere. Plus, I think their viewership's probably down. I don't know. A lot of people watch their talk shows as much. I mean,
Yeah.
most people are watching 12-ounce sports, I would think.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Exactly.
That's why they had to raise the money. You know, they lost viewership to 12-ounce sports.
Everybody's watching Michael Carvella. So
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
even though he goes on 9 minutes late like today. I need a
Wow.
But they did a poll online, 70,000 people. I mean,
Dude, like seriously, like now think about it. Right now, you can go and you can get the parent company,
yep,
ESPN,
yep,
and another company, Hulu,
yep.
right? We can get all three of those for $70, I believe,
Well,
as a bundle. So
through Hulu. So I have a different cable provider.
Yeah.
I have YouTube TV,
Right.
but I mean, I have like 4 ESPN channels on YouTube TV.
correct.
What service do you use? He doesn't. All right, he doesn't watch sports.
Yeah, well, I had DirecTV for the longest time, so
He had ESPN. Oh, the
I'd
ESPN
have all the
channels.
ESPN.
You had DirecTV?
Yeah.
2005 called. Nobody
It
used.
was like getting up to $250 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
I got out way before
so
that.
I had to get out.
Yeah.
It was the AT&T DirecTV, and now that's gone.
You should
so.
take that live on the air. Put him on speakerphone.
Hey, what's going on? You're live on the air. You're live on the air, caller.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah. So what we're talking about right now, right, is we're talking about ESPN has announced its new app, and it'll cost $30 a month.
Are you going to buy it?
No, that's killing me. Really?
Yeah, dude. That's like totally what we're talking about. By the way, viewers, we had another one of our group friends call in today, and we will just refer to this guy as Magic Mike.
Well, why don't you?
No, how about the name on
Why
there?
don't you?
Oh,
why don't
yeah,
you
Poo-Poo.
refer to him as his name on your phone?
Yeah, it's Poo Poo.
Hold him up closer to your mic.
You didn't know you were going to get on the phone today or on the show today, huh?
Not really, but I am enjoying a very nice Founders Roubaix beer right now.
Oh yes,
I
we
told
always
you.
Share what we drink.
See, this guy knows. He knows the routine. He knows the routine.
Could we call him back later?
I think we should.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll talk to you later, dude. Thanks for calling. Yeah, we'll do.
I mean, folks, if you expected a well-run show today, you don't know the week we've had, especially these two guys. But there you go. That's the ESPN news. Are you tapping your feet? I'm like squirrel. That was not the dog. All right, we're moving on. Do you guys think the NBA rigs the draft lotteries? Now, I know the first time this came up was when the Cavs got LeBron, hometown boy. They always call him hometown boy. Akron and Cleveland are different cities, lest you thought they weren't. But then the Mavs made this horrific trade. It didn't work out for the Mavs. They got rid of Luka Doncic to the Lakers. Suddenly, the Mavs, who had like a fraction of a percent chance to get the number 1 seed, gets the number 1 seed. Do you think this is rigged?
I mean,
Yes.
I think that there is definitely it's definitely a plausible idea.
Let's work through this.
I think so because there's many reasons to do that. They want to look out for the product and whatever they think's gonna make the NBA, the best it can be, and they have a hand in that. That without blatantly, being obvious, they still call it a draft, but they could still have their hand in it, and then people just speculate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way they kind of get around that.
Well,
in
let's
my
walk
opinion.
through the steps. Does the NBA have an internal case or motivation to do so?
Yes.
All answers, please.
Yes.
Yes. Could they do it in a manner where a select few, and I mean like less than 5 people, know it happened?
Yes.
Yes. Do you trust the NBA to never do something like that?
No.
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 So there's a case that could be made that the NBA probably made this happen because, I mean, Dallas fans were revolting. The NBA, we did a show a couple Thursdays ago where they were kicking people out of the arena for saying fire Nico.
Right. Yep.
I mean, there was a revolt in Dallas, and I don't know if they're considered a mid-market or not, but they're, a franchise that the NBA thinks highly of. And, they were facing possible, and of course, Mark Cuban's very outspoken. I'm sure he's tight with Adam Silver. There was a lot of motivation for the league to maybe rectify this terrible trade, but why would I just don't understand why the NBA would go to bat for Dallas. Dallas had free will to get rid of the guy, right?
Right. Exactly. I
Well,
don't get it.
I would have seen it. It would have been more likely, I think, the NBA to be involved if it's New York or LA
Yes.
or Boston.
Correct.
The big markets, yes, they want that TV revenue and they want to do whatever they can for those fan bases because that means dollar signs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dallas, like you said, I mean, it's not really a major market, but still a big market. I mean,
It's top third, I would say, out of the NBA. So it's top third market, right? Because Dallas has grown. The whole Dallas Fort Worth area has grown substantially in the last few decades. So
It's top third, and then I just think I know Mark Cuban's not majority owner anymore, but I know he's very outspoken. He's very active in the NBA.
Yep.
I don't put it past Mark Cuban to ask the NBA to help
he's a
him.
minority owner now, though.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
so he wasn't making that.
He still has
trade.
a huge voice,
he does.
So,
and he still cares about the Mavericks.
yeah,
Yeah.
And he's the type of personality, whether you like
he
it or
is.
not,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
would
yeah.
say, "Hey, could you help us out, guy?"
Throw us a bone.
Yeah.
Well, and it goes back further, really. I think before LeBron, I mean, I'm going to go back to '85 with Patrick Ewing in the Knicks. I mean, that's really where
Yeah.
the controversy started.
You're right. It
Yeah.
wasn't just LeBron.
No.
It was with the
So, I mean,
Knicks.
it's an even longer history.
Yes.
I mean, if you
And you think about it, the league has everything to gain, nothing to lose to do it because, again, who's going to know? It's not like, people say, oh, there's this big conspiracy, with football. We're going to make sure the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year at the beginning of the season, when they come out with the Super Bowl logo and they see the colors of the two, oh, that's the Ravens. And that takes a huge effort of hundreds of people to pull that off. This draft, I don't even know who's in charge of selecting the bingo balls that come out. That might be one person and the commissioner and whatever team's lobbying. Hey, can you get us the first seed?
right,
It's 3 people. You could pretty much keep that under wraps. And why the NBA, unless they get caught, has nothing to lose, right?
Absolutely.
And all it can do is enhance their product.
Yep.
and it's a story
It's a
because
story.
Right.
because it's not just falling the way it should have. So it brings the NBA up to even more like, wow, can you believe what happened?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, look at all this free publicity we're getting by just
Right.
Yep.
changing those the balls around.
And
Right?
all they have to do is rigged draft. Oh, that's preposterous. There's no way we could pull that off.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're going to keep it in the NBA. This is fun and lighthearted. I hate the fact that TNT's losing part of the NBA product because I think it's going to Amazon Prime. You and I, again, did a show on it. It's going to Amazon Prime, maybe Peacock or something.
It's gonna be divvied up.
And I remember Charles initially saying, I don't know if he's sticking to this story, that he doesn't want to go to any of these networks to work. He might change his mind, but the banter between him and Shaq is unmatched, unrivaled. This was the latest one. Soak this in, and I have a couple questions for you guys because you both played sports.
Players have one of those nights. I've been in 20 years. I probably had 15 where it couldn't go.
15 what?
15 times where, it just wasn't going.
Oh, you had 15.
Well, I still got 4 rings.
No, you played bad more than 15 times.
Hey,
you talking about?
BS.com.
No. You have 15 bad games in 20 years?
Yes, 15 bad games.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's
Chuck.
Why don't you believe that he only had? You trying to say he had less than one bad game a year? You believe that?
Over his first how many years?
He said his whole career.
Not the last. Not the last part.
First of all, last 2 years I played, I was a role player. After I got my 4 championships.
No, what role player?
Yeah,
you were rolling from city to city. Cleveland, Phoenix,
7 million, 9 million, and 3 million. Google me.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Google me.
You had more than 10.
First of all, you're not a champion. Don't address me. Kenny, questions.
In your last 3 or 4 years, you had more than. Oh yeah.
But look.
Oh yeah.
The damage had already been done.
No, I'm talking about
Their banter's awesome.
Does anybody beat that? I mean,
No.
Chuck's like, you're saying you had 15 bad games in 20 years,
Like,
which made me think, and I know I've done it, but I wonder if you guys have done it. Joe, what sports did you play? I don't remember.
Well, I mean, in high school, I was just a runner.
Track and field,
yeah, and cross country, yeah.
But before that,
basketball and football,
baseball.
and baseball, yeah.
So I know I've caught your brother in this trap, and I've done it too, where we embellish our accomplishments, right? He just did it last week, where he said he was stretched out for a pass, and I had to remind him I dropped it right in his bread basket. He's like, oh yeah, I was thinking of a different game.
Yep.
How often do you think? I'm not picking on you.
I know. I'm agreeing with you.
I'm saying I do it all the time. I'm 51. What I did at 17, I probably think was Superman-ish. And then if I watched the film, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm slow and white. How often do you think people in their 40s and beyond embellish their athletic achievements?
I'll say 50% of the time.
That's it? I thought that was low.
Every other story. That's not saying. I think that's decent rate, right?
Depends on the person, honestly.
I feel like every story
You think every story?
40 or older tells has a little. No, I'm not saying purposeful. I think they misremember. I think they probably thought it looked more spectacular than it did. You could have 30 points and be boring story, or I'm going to make this exciting. Oh yeah, it was spin moving and stuff like that. And then you watch the film. How often do you think?
I'd say probably about the same.
50-50.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are like twins.
I mean, we are brothers.
Yeah. I'm going to say about an 80% clip. Even though the story might be mostly true, I think little details get embellished.
Possibly.
I kind of took it as the whole story being.
No.
That's why I said 50-50.
No, because he and I had a conversation last week where we knew the main details.
If there's just parts of it, then it's
I
a higher
dropped the
percentage.
pass down the sideline. He caught it, went out of bounds at the 1. But then it turned into, I was stretched out. I had to make this.
It wasn't stretched out. I turned along the sidelines to come this way. This is how I caught it. I didn't catch it like this.
I actually have it on film.
Yeah.
If we have a VHS player,
let's do it. I have one.
Yeah, we do have one.
We do have one.
We will
We literally have one.
Okay. I can't wait to watch this film because it literally dropped in his arms. And then he got shoved out of bounds. But he said he was stretched out. So I'm saying the story is 99% true.
The thing is, the only thing that's equal right here is that we know that the ball was thrown along the sidelines, and I know I was pushed out at the 1.
And that's all true.
That was all true. Now, the manner of which, how I recall it and how you recall it is different.
So, and you have a VHS player.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to watch this
me
replay.
Too.
Well, we can put my only touchdown run of my career
on
too. And even though My brother embellished my achievements, by the way.
Was this youth football or high school football?
No, this is youth. Yeah, I embellished his
That's
achievements.
That's what makes it even better.
Hey, I embellished his achievements. How did I embellish your achievement in that?
Oh, you scored all these multiple touchdowns, and all this stuff. I go, I had one touchdown my entire career. I mean, I appreciate him thinking I'm way better than I am.
Right.
He embellishes for me. I don't have to embellish.
Well, I wanted to bring that up because I wanted, if you do it, and I think we all do it, I just wanted to make you feel better because Shaq just did it. There's no way Shaq only had 15 bad games in 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
We remember him at Cleveland. He was an old. That's what Chuck was saying.
Right.
You were old and barely moving around. You were playing.
I was a role player.
Yeah. That doesn't mean you didn't have a bad game.
Even in your own role. I mean, seriously.
That's what I'm saying. They embellish. Moving along because it's already 6:51. The time does fly during the show.
It does.
Does the NFL or to go even further, pro teams? Do you think they actually own their players? Like, how much say do they have in what the players do in the off season? What do you think?
Honestly, I think it's a case by case basis because it's based on the contract. I mean, really, is what it boils down to.
Well, no, the
things you're allowed to do. I'm saying, like not every single one of them probably has a statement in there that, hey, in the off season, if you're going out and doing quad whatever, blah blah blah, if you're riding quads and you flip it and break your leg, is that what you're talking about, or something like that?
Interesting you say that because I believe
is it standard?
There is a standard.
There is a standard contract, but I believe somebody a few years ago or many years ago had. Because they liked, it was a football player that liked playing in like Rucker Park basketball.
Oh,
but they got hurt. The reason I bring it up is because the NFL is going to vote on whether they're going to allow players to play flag football at the 2028 Olympics. And I thought to myself, what right do they have to not allow guys to play flag football? How dangerous really could that be? I played flag football in like 4th and 5th grade. I didn't even think I was going to get injured. That happened.
Was that the NHL that did that? That they wouldn't allow the NHL players to play. I don't know if it was the Olympics or the Olympics. They couldn't play, and it was because of their contract and their commitment to their teams. They didn't want them. The
league had to say yes.
The league had to allow it. Yes,
to allow it in that case. Now again. It just may be because there's a blanket clause across the league saying you can't do in these extra things.
There's a big difference between playing hockey and playing flag football, though.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah,
we're talking about top athletes in the world playing flag football. It's a recreational. People play it at Thanksgiving.
I played it 5 years. I played about 5 or 6 years ago when I was coaching a team, and I got a concussion because some jackass decided that it was tackle football out there. And no joke, he came and hammered me as I caught the ball head to head, and I slammed. I'm like, I got him. I'm like, what are you doing? They had to hold me back. I was ready to swing at this dude.
I'm just saying, where do we draw the line, though? These guys, what do they have any rights? Are they going to start putting in the contracts you can't get a hooker, you can't go out on Friday nights.
They have a character clause. I think that's the one they always point out.
Oh yeah, Michael Irving called.
And hey, you're representing the NFL and your team, and to be put in a bad light or to get injured, they've got them under contract. They're paying them the money. They don't
either do it or don't.
I can see an argument. Don't play the game. I can see an argument on both sides. You're making this much money, but to ask a guy 12 months out of the year, you have to feel like you're always on guard. You can't let loose. You can't have a little fun because you might get injured or you might make the NFL look bad. That's a little bit too much to me.
That's the choice they make when they go
pro.
And how much they make. They can choose.
Well, that's fine. Then,
if you want to play a game for your career, then don't do that.
That's fine. Here's what's going to happen if you keep doing it. Here's what's going to happen. Players are going to demand guaranteed money.
Yep.
They're going to get it, and they're going to say, fuck you. And they're going to be gone. They're going to get all that money. They're going to be multimillionaires and not play. That's going to hurt the NFL more than letting these guys play flag football.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. But
I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying.
Correct. I don't agree with it either. But that's the reason
they should
why.
be allowed.
They should be allowed to do what they want to do on your own fucking time. I agree with that.
Happened? I mean, if it's not the season, right?
Right.
If it's not training camp or the regular season, the guy should be able to go play recreational softball if he wants. But they're trying to say, no, you can't do that.
Right. And I agree. I think it's fucking stupid, but I also understand why they're forcing it. It is their product. And if your product is not on the field on Sundays, they can't sell the product. They can't sell the money machine. They can't get the money machine, and get more sponsors and yada, yada, yada. It all rolls down.
Well, that's their argument, but I've never heard of one single NFL team that didn't make money. I don't think their product's ever going to hurt. They have all these TV deals. The ESPN app called ESPN.
Yeah, exactly.
On ESPN.
Yeah, for $30 a month. Are you
for viewers of the ESPN?
Me?
They're never going to run out.
As
of
an
money.
IT person, that is the big. By the way, as an IT person, that is beyond the biggest scam ever.
Yeah.
No, like literally everything that they're doing underneath the hood is already there.
Yeah.
All that is a user interface. That's all that is. It's just putting out to a different user interface. That's it. They don't have to do anything. Now you're going to charge $30 a month.
Yeah, it's nothing new that they're doing.
No, they're just putting it on an app, like literally on an app. That's it. So all it does is constrict some of the services and some of the things that they have on there. So having the full website, you restrict it down so that way, it doesn't take as much bandwidth and the app is snappier. That's really all that happens.
So Joe, a quick side story. Your brother knows this story, but when I first bought this house, it's on a private lane, so I couldn't get high-speed internet. So I was forced to use DirecTV and Dish Network for exorbitant amounts of money. And I remember AT&T saying, you'll never get high-speed internet. That kind of pissed me off. But everybody was streaming their TV for a fraction of what I was spending. Well, Elon Musk comes along and creates Starlink, and I finally got high-speed internet, and now I can stream my TV. And now that's the more expensive because every channel now has their own streaming platform.
Yep.
For $15 a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you want sports, it's actually like $200 a month. It's the same as what I was spending with DirecTV.
Yep.
Right. So why not just go on DirecTV, have one place to go?
I like the way, because I can turn off YouTube TV
That's
today
true.
if I want.
Yep, that's true. That part is nice.
Yeah.
On the apps, you can just turn them off anytime you want and then turn them back on without a penalty. Yep.
So we're good Ohio boys. So we're going to talk a little Pete Rose. First of all, we'll break the news. We're not breaking the news. We don't break shit. But Pete Rose and Joe Jackson are now out of MLB purgatory. This writer says that's a mistake, and that's why I took this screenshot. We know Pete Rose is the hit king, Charlie Hustle. Joe Jackson was unbelievable. Of course, he was part of the Black Sox scandal.
Yeah.
A lot of it had to do with fixing games or betting. But the Major League Baseball ranks is saying whatever they did regarding baseball is, it's exhausted the statute of limitations. They were obviously great players, even though they made mistakes in gambling or fixing games. They can now get into the Hall of Fame. But there's a huge debate online of people saying Pete Rose shouldn't be allowed in the Hall of Fame because apparently when he was a player, he was dating a minor who ended up, they stayed together when she became
But he didn't know that she was a minor. Is that correct?
That's sketchy.
Okay.
If you're dating a 16-year-old, do you not? I mean, I didn't know she was 16. I dropped her off at high school, but I didn't know. I mean, can you really not know that they're a minor? But
anyway,
the question is,
there are cases.
Was he ever in legal trouble for that?
Not that I recall.
No.
Ever.
Okay. So he was never in legal trouble for that. So I guess in that case, is that speculation? Are we sure she was a minor? I think we're sure, right?
I don't know that there's facts or that there's a crime here.
And I'm not advocating for it. I'm not
either one way or the other. All I'm saying is I have no idea like what the facts are in this case. And I don't want to slander the dude's name if it's just hearsay or somebody said, like this was suppososally what happened.
Right.
Again, I don't know.
Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
Based on his baseball his baseball career, and his accolades of why he should go in as a player, 100%.
The whole purpose of me bringing this up is people say he shouldn't be in the Hall because he was a terrible human being. I heard a woman say he was a rapist. I don't think he raped the girl. I think she was a minor when he dated her. So I thought, should you keep somebody out of the Hall of Fame for that? I don't like asking the question. I think it's gross that he was dating a minor, but I brought up Michael Irvin earlier because on purpose for a callback. He admitted before the Super Bowl he had like a 8-ball of cocaine and several prostitutes. Like, where do you draw the line? Like, do we keep people out of the Hall of Fame because they made terrible life decisions and maybe were bad people? Like, did they take O.J. Simpson out of the Hall of Fame?
No.
He's still in, right?
Right, and then you have people being kept out, like Albert Bell, I believe, should be in there.
I'm saying, should they be kept out for something other than the sport they played in?
No. I mean, no. I mean, maybe if you no, I guess not really.
I don't think so. My opinion. I mean, you should go based off on your merit of that sport. That's what it's based on, unless I'm missing something where it reads a laundry list of, okay, you need to do these accomplishments, and on top of that, you need to be a high character person. You can't have any felonies, or how many things were going on back in the day before there's social media.
Yeah, and that's the key.
And all
the
that,
internet. Yeah, back then, all that
things.
shit was going on back then. They were
How many guys are
hookers. I mean, dude, come on. I'm sure Babe Ruth was hammered, banging prostitutes, doing whatever it is.
Well,
back in the day,
Babe Ruth was notorious for being drunk at games.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who's the pitcher for the Tigers that threw a no-hitter on LSD?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I mean there is absolutely all day.
So
long.
where do you again?
Right.
An earlier subject, you said, well, they keep these guys from doing things off the field for the image of the league.
They do.
Well, should we not scrub Babe Ruth from the history books? Because, I mean, first of all, he didn't play Puerto Ricans or black people. He only played a bunch of accountants against, pitching against them. But these guys that did things off the field, like, should you not take them out of history? Where do you draw the line is my point.
Yep, and that's why I kind of agree with his take. It's based on your accolades for whatever it is you're going into. And
solely be about what you did in the sport if you get in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. Unless, out of all the Hall of Fames, exactly, because like you said, there isn't any stipulations necessarily that we know of.
And personally, I haven't met a perfect human being yet.
No. And can we compare it to other Hall of Fames, not just sports?
Sure.
Is that fair?
Oh, the rock and roll.
I mean, come on,
so Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin, and he's in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but where do you draw the line?
What are we doing here?
So he's a great artist.
Sonny and Cher, they're both in there. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Is there a movie Hall of Fame? What's the famous movie producer that married his stepdaughter?
Oh.
What's his name again?
Woody
Allen.
Where do we draw the line?
Yeah.
I mean, humans.
Does he get an Oscar, or they take his Oscar away for that? Or
I mean, humans are shit. I mean, they're a pest. Wall-to-wall shit, as Louis C.K. said. So
yeah, but then you get some that have a great career and they're outstanding people. It's just
as
it matters
far as
on the
we
person.
know.
I'm just saying you can think of some people.
As far as we know,
like a Tony Gwynn.
All the things coming out in Hollywood now.
Yeah, okay, there's that. However, if you have Keanu Reeves, all I'd say is that dude, you've never heard anything negative about that.
What is playing on my TV?
I don't know. We need a producer or some shit.
What
just happened?
I think I know what it was.
What was it?
It was my speed tests.
Speed
tests started playing the music.
Doing some coke over there.
I don't think I don't think the viewers heard it. I just thought we heard it.
We did.
All right.
He hate me.
I don't hate you.
He hate me, dude.
Oh, sticking with the Ohio theme, Cleveland Cavs, was that the worst showing by a number 1 seed all time?
Viewers, we were 0-4. The three of us watched 4 games together in that second round, and we were 0-4. The one game that the Cavs won, we did not watch it together.
Well, let's look it up. The worst playoff performance by number 1 seed is arguably the 2019-2020 Cavs.
Who were limited by who?
The Pacers. in the first round after a dominant regular season. This was considered a significant upset, especially given the Pacers' struggle. Guys, we are repeating history here 5 years later.
Yeah,
It is insane.
Isn't that crazy?
That is. I didn't know that.
Team.
I don't remember that.
Groundhog Day.
Yes.
Who was on that team for the Cavs?
Wow. What? Who was on that for the Pacers back then? I mean, honestly, let's be real, because it was post Reggie Miller.
Well, yeah, he was long gone.
I know
by
he was
then.
long gone. But I'm just saying. Do you remember anybody between Reggie Miller and the current Pacers?
Ugh.
No, that was so they're saying 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
2020 Cavs. We'll look them up. That's crazy that the Cavs in that year were the number 1 seed and lost to the Pacers in the first round.
In the first round. John Beeline was the coach.
Yeah, so let's see.
Oh,
we had Matthew Dellavedova, Andre Drummond, Darius Garland, Kevin Love, Larry Nance Jr., C.D. Osman, Kevin Porter Jr., Colin Sexton, Tristan Thompson, Dean Wade. A lot of similar names, actually.
Yeah. There were quite a few, but that was also Garland's rookie year.
But we were the number 1 seed. That's what's wild about it.
Yeah, so go to the
How is that
Pacers.
possible?
Hey, so go to the Pacers of that year. I'd love to see who was on there. Who was on there?
So that was the first round, and that's why they're counting that as worse than this year.
Well, and I would agree, because now let's look at this roster for the
So
Pacers.
the Pacers had Brian Bowen, Malcolm Brogdon, Aaron Holiday, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, TJ McConnell, Doug McDermott from Creighton. You remember him? Oladipo, I think went to the
he was
Sabonis, Miles Turner. I mean, and I can't believe the Cavs are the 1 seed in 2019, 2020.
They were not an offensive team. They were a defensive team that year.
Wait, that can't be right. That 2019, 2020 Cavs team was 15th. Let me look this back up.
LeBron was gone.
The worst playoff seed is arguably the 2019, 2020 Cavs. That can't be right.
That can't be right.
What record did they have?
19-46. That can't be right. Yeah, no.
That submission has to be wrong.
That is absolutely 100% wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, that was a bad Google search. Google, blow me.
But the point is, right? The point is,
so we have an 8 seed upset number 1 in the NBA playoffs multiple times. There have been 6 times where an 8 seed has eliminated a 1 seed in the first round, including the 1994 Nuggets versus the Supersonics, the 99 Knicks versus the Heat, 2007 Warriors versus the Mavs, 2011 Grizzlies versus the Spurs, 2012 76ers versus the Bulls, and the 2023 Heat versus the Milwaukee Bucks. So do we put this down as the worst? I don't think we do at this point, right?
No.
It's second round.
Second round against a team that had a winning record against the top 3 teams, regular season teams in the NBA, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, this is something you brought up before.
And since January 1, I think it was, they had the 4th best record in the NBA.
And on top of that, the Cavs, they were definitely injured. Their front court didn't play with how they normally would, because they were Garland was injured.
Yeah.
And Mitchell tried everything he could. He was injured in that last game because they kept doing he kept pulling up for jump shots because he didn't have it.
Well, we know that. That's not. We're not getting into the details of the game,
right? But that's
we understand all that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we're wondering if that's the biggest letdown
I
ever.
wouldn't say.
Okay, I don't think so.
You're getting into the weeds there. Should pro teams personnel get suspended for social media posts?
I mean, now here's the thing, right? I guess it depends on, do you want to hold the public sector, like anybody in the private sector accountable? Like, again, like my rule at my work is I can be suspended or fired for social media posts.
Well, here's what happened with the Carolina or the
hold
Florida
it to the same standard, I guess.
Listen, the Panthers vice chairman was suspended by the NHL over social media comments. He responded to a post on X a back and forth with a Toronto fan where he said he called the fan a 51st state anti-Semite loser. Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
Maybe that's grounds for it, right?
Yeah, I would say that's a little over the fucking top, brother.
That's a little too, that's a little too much, right?
Yeah, that's I mean, it wasn't just a eat shit and die or something like eat shit or whatever. Like that okay, whatever, eat shit, whatever. But that,
well, that's good to know. We have a Cider Boys, a Blake Cider, and a Guinness that all finally agree there is a line you can cross.
there is.
And we're going to cross into a line called commercial land. I'm the gamble guy, gamble fella tonight. The Falcon and Little Falcon, or what did we call him last week? Eagle?
Little Falcon.
Little Falcon.
I thought we called you Eagle.
No, wait, but smaller than a falcon, so we'll call him. Well, you'll just be Pikachu.
I really wanted to sing "Fly, Eagle, Fly."
Oh,
Da,
man.
da, da.
All right,
Oh.
we'll be back. Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right. At 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.
You want to talk about it on the air?
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
What just happened? Last segment, 15 minutes. We're up against it. Boom. Is Shador the next Brady? He said, what?
I mean, Brady worked with him, right?
He said
he was his mentor.
He said he's going to be the next Brady story because he slid so far in the draft. Do we really think that could? I mean, is anything possible?
I think anything's possible, but I have no idea. I mean, you're talking about he hasn't even played one fucking game yet. He hasn't even been to one NFL training camp yet. Like,
he was in mini camp. He looked pretty good, but
right,
I mean, he's talking big words. Like, do you really come out and say I'm the next Brady story? Like, really? Because you slipped to the 5th round?
When you're Deion's son, yeah, you do.
Yeah, it kind of comes with the territory, right?
Yeah, and you know what? Like, if he can kind of keep his mouth checked in his career and actually goes out there and does it, I think it is possible. Look at his dad. I mean, he comes from a great pedigree. He is a great athlete, regardless, right?
True.
So, and they were showing some, comparisons. Him versus Cam Ward, who was the number 1 overall pick, and Sanders had a little bit better footwork and a quicker release, a little bit more accuracy. So, it's the problem is he going to stay on track with the yappy whatever they're saying and being controversial and whatever else? That's the big question mark.
All right, let's pick it up a notch. We have like a couple minutes to go. Are umps trying too hard to police the players? This is, I'll give you a little backstory. This was a college baseball game earlier this season, last couple of weeks. Guy hits a walk-off home run, and watch this ump in the background. Oh, look at he wants to fight him. Like, is that too much? Like, look, this ump gets up in his face. Like, what are we doing here? The game's over. What's he worried about? Is he worried a fight's going to ensue?
Isn't that the pitcher's job to, if they're, upset about it, that they should do something about it, right?
Yeah.
Well, the game's over.
Game's over at this point. It's a walk-off.
So there's no point for the pitcher or the ump to get like the game's over.
Right, the game's over. He can take an hour to go around the bases as long as he goes around the bases, right?
Yeah.
It's the end of the game.
So is he trying too hard? Like, does he want to be a part of the story? Like, what was that all about?
Right. Yeah. That's what it is. Like look at me. I'm the ump. Look at me.
I just don't understand.
Is he trying to keep some
control?
Well, some respect in the game.
Well, is he doing that?
Standing there?
Is he really doing
that? Look at him. He looks like he wants to fight the player.
Move, dummy! It kind of reminds me of Bull Durham, I mean, I didn't know he's the catcher, but he was like, "You gonna stand there after I gave you a gift?
Right?
Move, dummy!"
And then he comes around the bases. You can see the ump standing right there. He makes sure he hits home plate, but it's like, are we trying too hard? Sometimes I think refs are trying to upstage or take too much of the light.
I agree
from the game, right?
Yeah. I've seen it in even in high school sports where refs will kind of like take over the game, and you just watch it. You're just like, dude, like, why are we stopping action in a hockey game? Right? There were 5 penalties in the first 2 minutes. In the first 2 minutes, on the opening face-off, they called a penalty. And we're just like, that's how it went the entire night because they thought it was all about them.
Yeah.
They tried to throw me out of the game.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
I can only imagine.
Nothing at all. I literally had a huge smile on my face like this, and we're in the corner. All of us are like standing there. All of us are going like this, like, what is up? And he actually hunted me down. It's a long story. We won't get into it.
That's funny that you say that because in 1998, I was writing for the Press News, and I was at a Sandy Valley wrestling match, and it was a pretty heated match. A lot of yelling at the refs. I was there for the newspaper. Mr. Tim Johnstone was in attendance, standing right next to me, yells at the ref. The ref turns around and kicks me out. And I tried to explain to him, I didn't say it. And he's like, you got to go. And the wrestling coach, Mr. Groff's like, just go.
Right.
I was like, I didn't say anything.
Right.
So this has been going on forever. This ref just wanted to throw somebody out. Johnstone's sitting there laughing. I was mad at him. Like, dude, own up to what you just did. I'm working here.
Hey, so what was funny is then from that point on, actually, I gave the guy 2 thumbs up like this, and everybody from that point on, because they said nobody we're talking even guys, senior parents or whatever. They're like, we have never seen anything like this in my entire life, right? Like, so we're like, hey, make sure you don't give them an aggressive thumbs up. I'm like, yeah, I could see if I gave them the double birds or if I mouthed fuck you or whatever. No, I'm like, I just went like this. I'm like, nice call. That was it. And we're all just like laughing, like, nice call, buddy.
And he wanted to kick you out.
Oh, and he tried to kick out coaches. He tried to kick out fans, other fans along the side. Oh, dude, it was ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. It was all about them.
That guy woke up feeling dangerous that day.
Oh, he did. Hey, he actually came up to me, and they were going to.
Was that Johnny Manziel? Or no, that was Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Hey.
He woke up feeling dangerous that day.
Hey, I like Mayfield, dude. I don't care what anybody says.
So we've all had kids in youth sports. Falcon, you still have kids in youth sports. When do you force a kid to move up a level? Watch this and tell me this isn't the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. A 7'4", I think junior high, maybe, like nobody can even do anything.
Yeah,
like
14, he's got to be what, 7th or 8th grade?
He doesn't even have to jump really to dunk it at all.
Like nobody on the court's learning anything, right?
No.
It's just this 7'4" 14-year-old is just dunking on everybody.
Does he really have to do a chin up every time?
Right. He's like, look, he just blocked a guy that was like came up to his waist. He's going like this. Did you see that? Who?
Now, listen, I know it's not the kid's fault that he's 7'4".
No.
But at what point did we just say, okay, look, this is too? Oh, he was. Oh, wait.
That's ridiculous.
Now I have a problem with the kid.
See?
Now I have a problem with the kid. Watch what he does after this block. Hold on, we're gonna get to it.
Look how little the kid is.
Wait till he look.
Oh, the other one, he did the same thing.
No, wait till this next block. He's number 34. Watch what he does.
Yeah.
He does the, what's that called? The squat?
Yeah. Yeah, he did that the one before too.
Like you're really celebrating? Like, you're 7'4" blocking 5'2" kids.
Do you realize how hard it is to move up and down the floor at 7'4" though? That age?
True.
Come on.
But look, it's not even a challenge.
Just dunk it every time.
So my question, as parents of youth sports players at one point or another, or currently, wouldn't your kid be better served to play against better competition?
Yeah, absolutely. So you basically have to have a balance, right? That's it. Like in this case, obviously he's physically taller and whatever else, but you also have to remember he's mentally he is that age still. There is that.
Yeah,
kind of
but
loss.
all I'm asking is, if he's 14 years old, is what, 8th grade?
Yeah,
all I'm asking is,
could be a freshman,
but he can't play high school. Then would they let him?
All I'm asking is the state make an exception.
Yes,
let him be on the high school team. He might play JV,
right?
But then he's still playing
with older kids,
maybe a couple taller. He's playing junior high kids. I know he's a junior high kid, but it's not even a challenge. It's comical. Like nobody on the court's learning anything.
No,
his teammates are just pass it to the tall dude, and the other team's like, what can we do to shoot it over this tower?
We can't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like just a tall teen wolf, basically.
Yeah.
So nobody's advancing. Nobody's getting better at basketball. I don't know. And again, it's not the kid's fault. It's not the kid's fault he's that tall. It is what it is. You guys will like this. The Colts. So first of all, this NFL schedule reveal, team by team.
Oh my God.
It's the dumbest thing ever. Somebody said, cancel this immediately today on Twitter, and I laughed out loud. Everybody's doing these AI generated. It's so like the Browns one was made fun of. It's like, what 12-year-old made this AI generated video?
Right.
They're doing Minecraft versions. Well, the Colts put out one today, took a lot of heat and deleted it, and then personally apologized to Tyreek Hill, because if you remember, Tyreek Hill got pulled over and temporarily arrested by the cops on the way to a game last year. Do you remember that?
Correct. Yep.
He wasn't necessarily complying, but this is what the Colts put out for their schedule reveal. This is insane. That's Tyreek Hill. That was week 1.
What?
Showing him get arrested.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
That's pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
right?
dude, that's pretty ballsy.
Why would they do that?
That's
With the cop and the what are they doing? What just happened?
That is so ballsy, dude.
The Colts social media team just went scorched earth.
yeah,
Yeah, they did. I don't give a fuck.
Well, they deleted it, and I think the NFL and all the NFL teams should delete the schedule reveal. Why is that a thing anyway? It's just a schedule. Like, why is it such a big? Everything's a marketing tool. In
They
the
even
NFL.
talked about it at the NFL draft about when the schedule reveal would be.
Because every segment's got to be a big deal. Oh, we got the scouting, we got the combine, right? Oh, combine. Now, nope, next one.
You know what it is? How can we make more money off these idiots that fight over us in the stands?
That's
How
all it
can
is.
we milk more money from these schmucks that think this is life or death? You know, the players are going out and eating burgers and partying together after the game, right?
Absolutely.
But the fans are in the crowd beating the shit out of each other, thinking the players hate each other. This is war. And this is just another part of it is we're doing this big schedule reveal. We're going to have AI. Whatever. You know, all these stories we've had tonight remind me that once in a while, as Shane Gillis says, sometimes you just need a little bump, right? You just need a little bump.
Just a little bump.
Even if you're at a hockey game, right? That was live TV. That was live TV.
Wow.
Just a little bump.
You know, when a couple of beers don't do it.
Hey, why don't you just have a little bump? Just a little bump.
When a couple of beers stop working, ask your doctor about a little bump. And this guy asked his doctor about a little bump. Watch his face right afterwards.
I know, just like, woo.
That one hit. That one hit right there. That one hit him hard.
And look what's next to him. Dad and his son.
Well, porn stash right next to him.
Hey, it's Ned. Hey, it's Ned. Ned Flanders.
And then so porn stash right next to him, and then literally little bump on the far right. He's doing the little bump.
Yes.
Oh my God, I gotta watch that one more time. This is wild.
You sure that's not like a pixie stick?
Right on live TV. I don't care if it's a pixie stick. Why are you snorting?
I mean, regardless.
With the reaction.
I don't think it was a pixie stick.
Yeah, probably not. But did you guys used to use the smelling salts back in the day?
I never did.
Yeah, you know what you don't do for smelling salts? Tap things on your hand to snort.
Well, I know. I'm not trying to say it's smelling salts, but I was just
because I actually
throw that out there.
It's funny you bring that up. I have smelling salts. It's called Wake the Fuck Up. And you don't tap anything on your hand. You just stick it in and breathe. I'm wide awake now. It's smelling salts. It's scent.
That's the only reaction you get from it?
It's not an actual smelling salt.
Okay,
but I'm saying,
wow.
You don't tap smelling salts out of a little vial and then snort and then go,
What is that really?
It's menthol, like eucalyptus type stuff. It's to wake you up.
Does it work?
Yeah, I love it.
All right. No, just looking for new products.
All right, we're gonna end on a fun note. Also, dumb fan behavior. It's fun for me. I just love idiots. I really do. I surround myself with them. I'm joking. For the last time, why do fans that are mad at their team or the star player, you might as well put what's a NHL jersey?
An official one? Let's say $250.
Why don't you just put $250 in your fire pit and light it on fire, you idiot?
They already made the money off the jersey.
Nobody cares that you're doing this. You just look stupid burning your jersey. This is to just put 10 $50 bills in a fucking fire pit and burn it. That's all you're doing.
What if they stole it off the rack though and burned it?
It's still wasting money.
Hey, you know what you do? Here, all you have to do.
Not that I condone that.
Hey, all you have to do, seriously.
You didn't make any. You could sell this.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I'm just saying, if you still want to keep the jersey or you still love the team, it's real simple. You get a blank colored, nameplate, put it over top of it, then you just have the number. Instead of burning it, just put a nameplate. Sew a nameplate over it. They keep wearing it.
This is just stupid.
It is stupid.
Human behavior.
They don't care.
Honestly.
Do they?
You say a jersey's $250?
Yeah.
Official. Okay, so you put 5 $50 bills in a fire pit and burn it. That's the same thing. That's the exact same thing you're doing.
Yep.
This makes zero sense. Why do these people go on eBay and sell it for $100 and then go to the Minnesota Timberwolves game and do a little bump? All right, we're out. We're out of here.
What a great close.
Wow.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you